At 94 years old, Clint Eastwood still drives cars that most collectors can only dream of owning. The legendary actor and director has built an automotive collection that reflects not just his Hollywood success, but his genuine love for classic and rare machines. We're not talking about a typical celebrity garage filled with shiny new supercars. We're diving into the real, verified, and documented cars that make up Eastwood's impressive collection. And before we start this incredible journey, hit that subscribe button. You'll want to follow along for every single one of these automotive treasures. Number 10, 1991 GMC Typhoon. Starting our countdown with something completely unexpected, Clint Eastwood's GMC Typhoon. Eastwood once told Jimmy Fallon about the SUV Brother the Cyclone, another 1990s highlight. It's easy to understand why he fell in love with this unique machine. The Typhoon wasn't just any ordinary SUV. Its turbocharged 4.3-liter V6 produced 280 horsepower and 350 lb-ft of torque, enough to accelerate from 0 to 60 miles per hour in just 5.3 seconds, faster than most sports cars of its era. Only 4,697 units were ever produced, making it genuinely rare in the performance SUV world. Eastwood chose this vehicle because it doesn't have a very Hollywood feel to it, and that's not a bad thing. This says a lot about his authentic taste for real performance rather than just showboating. It's proof that sometimes the most interesting cars come from the most unexpected places. But our next car shows Eastwood's appreciation for American muscle from a different era. Number 9, 1977 Pontiac Trans Am. Eastwood was pals with Burt Reynolds, so him owning a 1977 Trans Am that mirrored the famous Trans Am from Smokey and the Bandit is no surprise, plus it's one of the coolest cars ever made. This is one of the most iconic cars of the 1970s, and Eastwood chose the classic black and gold combination. The 77 Trans Am was equipped with either a Pontiac 400 or 403 V8, depending on configuration, producing between 180 to 220 horsepower. That might seem modest by today's standards, but in the post-oil crisis era, it was respectable power. According to Reynolds, this is a true story. We were both fired on the same day at Universal Studios, and they told Clint, your Adam's apple sticks out too far and you won't get that tooth fixed, that chipped tooth, and you talk too slow. This shared experience created a lasting friendship that reflected in their similar automotive choices. The Trans Am represented American muscle car culture in its purest 1970s form. Number 8, 1950s Austin Healey 100M. The Austin Healey was the usual choice of people with fat wallets in the 1950s and 1960s, so it's a bit of an oddball that Clint Eastwood has owned. But this choice actually makes perfect sense when you understand what the 100M represented. This model earned its name by being able to hit 100 miles per hour, a big deal back when it was made. The Austin Healey 100M was essentially the factory hot rod version of the standard 100, with a modified 2.7-liter four-cylinder engine producing around 110 horsepower. Impressive for a lightweight British roadster in the mid-1950s. The 100M featured distinctive exterior modifications including a hood scoop, different grille, and racing-inspired details that set it apart from regular Austin Healeys. These cars have proven to be highly sought after collector cars in the last few years. Eastwood's choice of this particular British sports car shows his appreciation for pure driving experience over flashy appearance, a theme that runs throughout his collection. Number 7, 1937 Lincoln Model K Convertible. After playing a man who ended up dying of TB at the end of Honky Tonk Man, Clint Eastwood bought the movie's 1937 Lincoln Model K Convertible. This represents one of the most elegant American luxury cars of the pre-war era. Powering the American classic is a V12 6.8-liter beast of an engine. The Lincoln K Series was the pinnacle of American luxury in 1937, competing directly with Cadillac and Packard for the ultra-wealthy market. The V12 produced around 150 horsepower, which was substantial for the era. What makes this car special isn't just its Hollywood connection, but its representation of American automotive craftsmanship before World War II changed everything. The hand-built body, luxurious appointments, and that smooth V12 engine made it the choice of presidents and movie stars. By purchasing the actual car from his film, Eastwood preserved both a piece of automotive history and a tangible memory from one of his directing projects. It's a perfect example of how his collection bridges his cinematic and automotive passions. Number 6. 1975 Ferrari 365 GT4 Berlinetta Boxer. Now we enter serious Ferrari territory with Eastwood's documented ownership of a 1975 Ferrari 365 GT4 Berlinetta Boxer. Clint Eastwood's 1975 Ferrari 365 GT4 Berlinetta Boxer was originally sold in Italy before being imported in the USA and bought by Eastwood in 1977. This was Ferrari's first mid-engine 12-cylinder road car, featuring a flat 12 engine producing 344 horsepower. The Berlinetta Boxer represented a dramatic departure from Ferrari's traditional front-engine layout, positioning them to compete with Lamborghini's Countach in the supercar wars of the 1970s. After he bought it, Eastwood had a custom roof installed and sold it in 1985. This personal modification shows Eastwood wasn't afraid to customize even exotic cars to suit his preferences, a very hands-on approach that many collectors wouldn't dare attempt with a rare Ferrari. The car eventually ended up in Japan and then made its way back into the United States in 2011. This global journey demonstrates the international appeal and lasting value of these revolutionary Ferraris. Number 5. Ford Gran Torino Sport Movie Car. Directing and starring in a movie with the same name, Clint Eastwood bought the movie's Gran Torino for his collection after the filming wrapped. This 1972 Ford Gran Torino Sport became one of the most recognizable movie cars in recent cinema history. The production company had originally bought for the movie by the production company off eBay. This humble beginning makes the car's later fame even more remarkable. The Gran Torino Sport featured Ford's 351 Cleveland V8, producing around 266 horsepower in its original configuration. What makes this car significant isn't just its performance specifications, but its cultural impact. The Gran Torino became a character in the film, representing American automotive heritage, craftsmanship, and the passing of traditions between generations. By keeping the actual movie car, Eastwood preserved not just a piece of American automotive history, but a tangible reminder of one of his most acclaimed directing efforts. The car's journey from eBay find to Hollywood icon to cherished collection piece perfectly encapsulates the American dream. Number 4. 1966 Morris Mini Countryman Cooper S. Straight from the UK, Clint Eastwood owns one of the extremely rare Morris Mini Countryman Cooper S models, a station wagon version equipped with racing upgrades. Only 6 of these were ever produced. Eastwood himself admitted, "I have got a Morris Mini Countryman. It's a cool car because there aren't many like it." His particular Mini was repainted in British racing green, giving it a classic motorsport vibe while staying understated. This choice perfectly reflects Eastwood's taste for vehicles that are unique, quietly stylish, and rich in history. Number 3. 1955 Cadillac Eldorado Series 62 Convertible. The 1955 Cadillac Eldorado Series 62 Convertible is not only a beautiful car, but it also holds significant sentimental value for Clint Eastwood. This car represents a piece of mid-century America and the height of post-war automotive elegance. The Eldorado Series 62 of 1955 was powered by a 331 cubic inch V8 producing around 270 horsepower. Impressive numbers for the era. This convertible blended luxury and performance, offering cutting-edge features like power steering, power brakes, and hydromatic automatic transmission. Its design boasted sweeping chrome bumpers, flawless side panels, and a low, sleek profile that represented the pinnacle of 1950s sophistication. With its unmistakable style and commanding presence, the Eldorado was an aspirational icon of its time. For Eastwood, owning this Cadillac is like holding a tangible piece of the American dream. A perfect blend of power, class, and history on wheels. Number 2. 1966 Ferrari 275 GTB. Stepping into true Italian exotica, Clint Eastwood's 1966 Ferrari 275 GTB is more than just a collector's piece. It's a gift that carries Hollywood history. Eastwood received this car from famed producer Dino De Laurentiis as a thank you after starring in The Witches. Under the hood, the 275 GTB packs a 3.3-liter V12 producing around 280 horsepower, paired with a 5-speed transaxle, a technical leap for Ferrari in the mid-60s. With a top speed of 160 miles per hour, This was among the fastest and most desirable Ferraris of its time. The car's sleek Pininfarina design body and racing pedigree made it a favorite of enthusiasts and Le Mans drivers alike. For Eastwood, it wasn't just about style. This Ferrari symbolized a tangible reward for his work, a moment when his acting career and passion for cars collided. Owning a 275 GTB is like owning a rolling sculpture, and for Eastwood, it's also a personal memento from a defining chapter of his early Hollywood life. Number 1. 1932 Ford Roadster Hot Rod. At the very top of Eastwood's collection sits a car that takes us back to his youth, the iconic 1932 Ford Roadster. This wasn't a gift or a movie prop. This was a dream car he carried in his mind since he was a teenager. Years later, with Hollywood success under his belt, he finally made that dream a reality. The 32 Ford Roadster is perhaps the most recognizable hot rod in American history. With its lightweight body, customizable chassis, and powerful V8 options, it became the foundation for countless street and drag racing legends. Eastwood's example reflects the timeless hot rod spirit: stripped-down elegance, raw mechanical connection, and the thrill of open-air driving. It's a car built for pure enjoyment, not red carpet appearances. For Clint, the Roadster represents more than horsepower. It's the embodiment of freedom, individuality, and the California car culture he grew up around. Closing our list with this machine makes perfect sense, because it's not just part of his collection, it's part of his story.